Do 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 da da da. Bum 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 bum. Right. Hopefully, hopefully I am live. I do not know. So, okay. So hopefully you'll be able to see a screen and such. It certainly is a Vegas window. Hello, how you doing? How you doing, Sunky? Glad of you to join in. What I'll do, I'll just wait like 5 minutes. Wait about 5 minutes just for people to show up, and then we'll go from there. We'll go from there. So there's a Vegas window, right? Yeah, and I mean, look at all that. I am quite proud that I actually managed to get it done by now, really, to be honest. Obviously, it's going to take a while to render the whole blimmin' thing, but it shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be too bad. Oh, I'm advertising today. Despite my door hinge being busted. Despite your DIR? What? Despite your... I don't know what you mean, but okay. Door hinge being busted. Oh dear, you've broken a door, have you? That's not good. That's not good. So if we wait until, like, I don't know, yeah, just a couple more minutes, see how it's going. Otherwise, I'll just play out, and whoever doesn't tune in, well, what I'll do, I'll make this private afterwards, and you have to do the whole email thing. Despite your... Oh, right. No, you cut it off too early. That's why I didn't understand. Sorry. Whew. It's gone. I've been away. Leave me alone. Let's unplug that a moment and just tidy up around here. Master System Controller. I'll tell you what, I had Pippa here sat on me earlier because she needed like attention and such. She grabbed this. And normally, like, anything she grabs, she, like, starts whacking it. But she actually grabbed this, saw my Master System, and started whacking that. Like, killing two birds with one stone. It's like, thanks. Thanks, Pippa. Love you lots. Hello, Happy Face Channel. That's what I'm going to call you, Happy Face Channel. Or Hunter. I think, is that your name? Is that why you signed it, Hunter? I'll try to remember that, but... Nice. Can I send you a Toblerone? Yeah, I'm not going to stop you from sending a Toblerone. Why would I do that? Okay. So, right, so how many people we got? Right, so 2 more minutes. We'll wait 2 more minutes, and after that, we'll just start it. If people didn't turn up, too late. Oh. What did you think of the Robotnik's Revenge video, by the way? Was that any good for you? I was quite happy that I managed to get that and this. I don't believe this is actually going to be ready. I'm so happy with myself. I'm easily amused. What's your address? It's 1, 2, 3 Fake Street. 1, 2, 3 Fake Street. Okay, lady. Video capture device. What's that? Oh, that's my webcam. Duh. I'm actually quite happy that I managed to get the live chat here in this box. That is just a pure coincidence. There's a little bit of gap there, but tiny bit. I'm really happy with that. Alright, okay. I think we should get started. How about you? So, what I'm going to do is obviously start playing it. Now, even though I think I have a beast of a machine, because you know what Vegas is like, it won't like play it fluently. You know, it will keep chugging every now and then, and when I switches between scene, it might just freeze for a moment. If you really want me to stop it and say, can you try to play that fluently, I can render it to the RAM, just that little bit, and play that. But otherwise, there's going to be bits missing. I will pause it at times, because there's some bits that you will need to see. Yeah, it doesn't have the best... it's not great. It's not great. I'll put it on auto, see how it comes up. Hopefully the volume's going to be okay, so... Should we start this? Tell me if the volume's too bad, but let's go. Ever since gaining the Framemeister, I've been playing the Mega Drive... oh, whoops, wrong button. I would just like to point out now, I hate listening to myself. I hate listening to myself, especially when other people are watching. I can't stand it. And already, have I? I swear I've disabled the. Yeah, I have disabled the resample, so that's just my camera. Fair enough. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's carry on. Since gaining the FrameMeister, I've been playing the Mega Drive on my TV a lot more, and it really gives it a super clear image with its integer scaling. Adding scan lines and other retro looks, nostalgia started to hit me pretty hard, and I began to reminisce my childhood. It was then when I remembered the good old days of the Master System. I never owned one, but an old friend of mine see about the chugging
there?
Cousin. I recall hours and hours of playing Sonic and other titles on their consoles. In fact, they're the reason why I got into the Blue Blur. Feeling a bit emotional, I took a quick gander on eBay. I'm basically just looking for any mistakes or anything I can improve with before I start rendering it.
£30 plus isn't bad, or £50
Once it's rendered,
for a
it's
modern
rendered.
version, so it run in 60 Hz, seeming as I'm in the PAL region. I took the plunge and bought it.
Wait, I have to lower the pitch of my audio in order to manage editing videos with my own commentary. I'm not that bad. I can listen to myself alone, but as soon as anyone else is watching, or I know someone's watching, I can't hear my voice. I just hate it. I hate it. But then I can't exactly mute it for this, can I? Yeah, sorry.
As well as other miscellaneous games separately for a decent price. I obviously had to get as many Sonic games as I could for this console, as long as it didn't cost me an arm and a leg.
Yeah, like I have that in my back pocket.
Within a few days of ordering, the games arrived first, with a week later, the Master System, which came with Sonic 2. Looks like I'll be doing a giveaway in the near future, but I did.
Yeah, I've got 2 of those coffees. I bought a load of games, including Sonic, and then when the Master System arrived, it came with Sonic 2. It's like, okay, I've now got it twice.
I plugged it all in.
By the way, if there's any point you want me to pause it and you want to say, how did you do that kind of thing, let me know. I'll pause it and I'll show you how it's done.
And after a lot of technical snaff, I was recapturing my youth.
Okay, you might have saw a bit of text there. Where was it? It was about here. I'm going to read this out to you. You actually paused the video to read that? To read what I meant by technical snaff? Well, okay. Basically, the console I ordered worked, but the reset and pause button did not. The bloke partially refunded me a tenner, which was nice, but I still wanted it fixed. I took the console apart to see what the... I can't even read. I can't even read my own text. I took the console apart to see that the internal buttons inside were no longer contacting with the metal connections within. Does that make sense? I took the console apart to see that the internal buttons inside were no longer contacting the metal connections. Yeah, it does. Okay. See, this is what I mean. I have to make sure it's right. I had to order some tactical miniature push buttons, and then with the help of my dad and his tools, because even though I doubt he'll watch this video, if he says you didn't credit me, how dare you? And plus, excuse me, I don't have a soldering iron and that. I needed his help. We pulled out the old buttons and soldered the new ones in. It's not like straight at all. It's like a bit flat, but they work. It works. So, yeah. So, but that literally lasts just 1, 2, 3, 4 frames. That bit of text lasts us 4 frames. So, good luck to anyone that actually wants to pause it and read that. Anyway, sorry. We'll carry on.
I was recapturing my youth, and shock horror, I started with Sonic 1 and Sonic 2.
Ah, I hate that bit. Right, I'm going to render that into the RAM because I want to make sure that was definitely okay, because the bit of text like slides in, so I want to make sure that's actually done right. But with Vegas chugging, so I just rendered it into the RAM, so it should play smoothly now.
And shock horror, I started with Sonic 1 and Sonic 2.
That was a bit too fast, wasn't it? What the hell? What's this line here? I don't even know what that could... I think that's actually that. Is it actually that noticeable?
Shock horror! I started with Sonic 1 and...
Ah, it would do. It's not really that bad. Good thing we have a playback speed options to catch pause those 4 frames easier. I just want to make sure I need to make that slide a bit more. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. Let's render that into the RAM.
My youth, And shock horror, I started with Sonic 1 and
That's
Sonic 2. These were the two I had the most recollection with. But was it at all as I remembered? Was it worth the money I paid for? Well, seeming as I have the tools to record real hardware, despite the jail bars, that's just part of the Master System charm irritatingly delivers, you're just going to have to ignore that. Let's take a look together, starting with Sonic 1 for the Master System. A mini review.
I'm quite happy with that. Just in case you're not sure what I'm talking about. Can you see these lines? They're gel bars. It is really bad in the Master System. They're in the Mega Drive as well, but there's a pin that you can pull out and it makes it a ton better. Not fixed, but a ton better. It's hardly noticeable, like unless you really, really look for it. But with the Master System, even if you take that pin out, no difference. It still looks quite bad. But I thought I'd point it out anyway for shits and giggles. Ignore that.
Let's take a look together, starting with Sonic 1 for the Master System. A mini review. Seeming as this is just a small appraisal, I'm not going to analyse the progressive lead-up on how the game came to be. But
Bullshit!
I do want to get one little thing off my chest. Sonic 1 for the Master System did not see a release before...
Render that into the RAM.
Off my chest. Sonic 1 for the...
Again, that's too fast. What's... Really? You're gonna be like that, are you? Right, it needs to go... I can't figure this one out. You do, like that will do. Render that into the RAM. Gel for you.
I want to get one little thing off my chest. Sonic 1 for the Master System
Much better.
did not see a release before its superior on the Mega Drive or Genesis. The 16-bit variant was first into the wild on the 23rd of June 1991, with our 8-bit friend not appearing until the 25th of October in the same year. And before you jump out and ask, the Game Gear handheld equivalent was even later in... You want to get one little thing
No,
off-
wrong button. I just want to make sure again because the way... Actually, do you know what? I'm just going to render the whole of that into the RAM. I want to make sure this is definitely done correctly. Let's try that again.
October in the same year. And before you jump out and ask, the Game Gear handheld equivalent was even later in mid-December.
Quite
But
proud of
we
how
don't
I did
care
that.
about that with its screen crunch and ugliest sprites. Gracious, they're awful. However, we can all agree that this is Sonic's first main starting point for this generation of consoles, and they did a great job. They, as in the developers of this game, Ancient Corp. You see, back in those days, Sonic Team had their heads screwed on and knew they couldn't split their team to work on separate projects. So they got another company to work on a Master System port. And there was me saying I wasn't going to examine the backstory. Let's crack on and actually talk
That's
about
what I
this
meant by
magnificent
bullshit.
game. Yeah, it pales in comparison to the Mega Drive counterpart, but the speed and excitement still exists within. I mean, the very first act of the very first level, you can break the boundary of the camera like nobody's business. Quite often, I went a tad too fast, even making the game skip a cutscene. And whoa, I'm diving...
It seemed a little bit black there for a while, but that might have been because of that cutscene bit.
Quite often, I
So I
went
just
a
rendered
tad
that
too
into it.
fast, even making the game skip a cutscene. And whoa, I'm diving. Quite often, I
don't
went a
know.
tad too fast, even making the game skip a cutscene. And whoa,
I'm actually going to change that a little bit. At least to it. Like. There. No. Wait. No, I'm going to do it to there. Put that there. Put that there. I'm sorry that you're not able to watch it like... But you get to do that tomorrow, so...
Nobody's business. Quite often, I went a tad too fast, even making the game skip a cutscene. And whoa, I'm
That's a bit
diving
better.
into this retrospective too fast. Let's take a chill pill and start from the beginning. The controls are pretty simple. Have a while guess what the D-pad does, and both 1 and 2 make Sonic jump. While running, tapping down on the control pad will
excuse
force
me.
Sonic into a roll, or while static,
That looks so
you can
complex.
see what's below you.
Does
or
a little
even
bit, don't
up
it?
above by holding the up button instead.
I'm telling you, Pokemaster Sal, it is not easy. It takes many hours, roughly an hour per minute of video, and there is about 11 and a half minutes to this.
Thus, in essence, the exact same
Don't
control.
play it
Thus,
properly.
in essence,
Play it properly.
Thus, in essence,
Oh, right, fine, be lame. Let's go on to half.
instead. Thus, in essence, the exact same controls as the 16-bit
That's
edition.
kind of made it worse, hasn't
Not
it?
too complicated then, with the dynamics being relatively
Because I'm streaming this at the same time. Let's go on good auto. Oh yeah, let me make a save before it
instead.
crashes.
Thus, in essence, the exact same
I don't know
controls
what's wrong
as
with
the
that scene.
16-bit edition. Not too complicated then, with the dynamics being relatively easy to master. It's just an inconsistent frame rate you have to fight against way too much, and that's where you may start to struggle because this game is full to the brim of sluggishness. And avoiding obstacles and traps become harder than it actually should be, even without the
It's really chugging now. Fine, be lame. Let's go on preview.
obstacles
wrong
and
button.
traps become harder than it actually should
At least
be.
that's smoother.
Even without the Game Dragon, a new mechanic I cannot get to grips with is your incompetence to collect fallen
That's
rings.
gotta be stressful.
Or shall I
Yes, it
say,
is.
ring? I know.
Thank you, happy channel. It's crazy how easy people make editing sometimes. It's not bloody easy. It's flipping hard, I tell you. You should be able to do this in like an hour or so. Yeah, fuck you. That's what I say to them. Sorry, I'm interrupting again.
To collect fallen rings. Or shall I say, ring? I know with Sonic games it truly does.
It did it again. I swear it did. What is that line about? Whatever, who
I
cares?
know with Sonic games it truly doesn't
I'm not
matter
gonna be
how many
that
rings you
picky.
currently hold, but every little helps when it came to recollecting your scattered rings. But in this lesser version,
Again, I'm just gonna need to come out a bit more.
I know with Sonic games it truly doesn't matter how many rings you currently hold, but every little helps when it came to recollecting your scattered rings. But in this lesser version, you're out of luck and you have to find fresh rings elsewhere. At least you get to keep your shield between zones, so that's pretty awesome. Sonic looks spectacular in this game. He has the right amount of colour to him, he's at the perfect size, and the Hedgehog always stood out no matter what scenario he was in. No criticism from me here. As long as you're using
Might
an
be a
RGB
preview,
SCART
but I'm
and not the
hoping.
horrible standard RF cable, the colours to this game really do pop out, especially in Jungle Zone.
Doesn't really do it much justice on Vegas, but trust me, well, actually, when YouTube's fucked around with it, probably won't look good then, but you need to see it to believe it. Oh, yeah, it does. The green and that and the red is just, mwah.
A lot of these stages look exquisite with a fair amount of detail. I'm quite impressed with the standard they came up with for an 8-bit classic. There wasn't really any presentation that disappointed me, but the title screen when you boot up the game. I mean, really? They couldn't even add a background of some sort? Talk about an awkward first impression. Having said that, the
Is this word spelt right? Because I'm pretty sure it is. And I googled it and it didn't seem to say, like, did you mean centre red? Because I know in America it's E-R-E-D. But I was like, the way we spell it is T-R. Then I was like, is it just literally a D at the end? But I think so. If not, oh well.
impression. Having said that, the emblem here is pretty decent looking with a great beholden palette. I assume with all the colours that were involved here, a background image wasn't possible, so... Okay, I'll retract my complaint. There are 6 zones to this game, each containing 3 acts, the latter being the boss encounter.
Wait. Excluding scrap. For some reason I thought I put Brian. No, you misspelled. Oh wow, I didn't even notice the off-centered logo. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was right for UK. Well, if it's misspelled, tell me how it's spelled, and don't say it's centre red. Like the American spelling.
Counter. Starting each act, you're presented a map to demonstrate how far you proceeded, with the name of the level in a tidy little box. It's a neat addition, although I wish there was more use for it. Like, imagine pausing the game to redisplay the map to see how far you advanced within the act, just like you could with Alex the Kid. I know, each act...
I'm into that, into the RAM a minute.
...within the act, just like you could with Alex the Kid.
All of these slides need to be a bit more, don't they?
See how far you advanced within the act, just like you could with Alex the Kid.
I think it's something to do with the slides. It's something to do with the slides. Those little bits keep appearing every time a slide bit happens. So hopefully, yeah, it's just a preview bug. Oh, I live in some... Yeah, that's why,
just
yeah.
Like
so
you could with Alex the Kid.
It would appear down
I
the spell
know. Each act being super
that is
short.
the right way for
the
me.
map idea is a bit pointless, but it would have been cool nonetheless. I can live with the game
You did
freezing
spell it
on
right.
the spot,
Cool, thank you.
except for certain objects for some bizarre reason. A lot of the assets are borrowed from its bigger brother, like the majority of the badniks, the level name and art design. Yet there is some originality to this platformer. We have a good amount of exclusive levels, some interesting yet annoying level gimmicks with the auto-scroller and bridge zone, God forbid we go fast in a Sonic game, and the screen boundary lock and jungle zone 2, which would be the death of me. Another splendid trick reserved for the Master System port is the bonus prizes dished out by the ending signpost. I still haven't for the love of Jiminy Cricket figured out how this works, but all I know is that a certain ring requirement is needed for a particular gift, and that 50 rings or more are needed to be sent to the bonus stage, which is just Sonic bouncing around.
Yeah, I wasn't sure because... Is it a bonus stage or a special stage? So I said bonus stage throughout the whole video, and at one point I just put special stage, same difference.
This stage, which is just Sonic bouncing around obtaining an extra life or continue, and also regretting every waking moment of entering the bleeding place. But do you know what the real kick in the teeth is? If you manage to obtain 100 rings or more within the zone, you're granted an extra life right there and there, which is nice and all, but you do not get sent to the bonus stage when passing the goalpost. You technically need between 50 and 99 rings for that honour. Theoretically, if you collected 108 rings, the game will say you only have 8. The bonus stages isn't really essential for
Yeah, I
anything
got
anyway,
stuck.
therefore it's not a massive deal. So what, no Chaos Emeralds then? Oh, there are Chaos Emeralds. Just like the original Sonic 1, 6 of them exist. However, instead of the means of special stages, the stones are sprinkled around the island with 1 emerald per zone. You do not need any ring requirements or keys to pick them up, just simply run into the colourful gem and be on your merry way. Some emeralds require a bit of exploring,
Why did I...
whereas some of them are just in plain sight and it's...
Probably just me overthinking and just like, you're all going to say just leave it. But I said run into the colourful gem. Yeah, every single Chaos Emerald in this game is blue. And technically it is a colour, so... Yeah.
It's impossible to miss. Oh look, I'll be taking that. Initially, finding all of these can be perplexing, but when you've done it once, the game becomes really easy to 100% next time round and forever over. And here's some good news, if you collected a Chaos Emerald and you die before finishing the act, you don't lose the emerald. No automatic refunding here, once it's yours, it's yours. Still, there's no incentive to get all the emeralds really. An extra few seconds are taxed onto the ending cutscene where the emeralds remove the darkness cast...
Without all emeralds, the cutscene would end here. The game doesn't even ask you to try again. Yep, that's all spelt right. Cool.
Onto the ending cutscene where the emeralds remove the darkness casted by the evil genius, but that's about it. Let's talk about that mustached villain for a moment, shall we?
Need some drums.
Wow, that was easy. Surely I'm going to breeze through this nuts. Oh, come
That was
on.
unfair. So is this one. The both collision issues.
What? Really? The boss's part of the first conflict can be quite challenging. The main reason being is the absence of rings. Make a small mistake, and that will cost you a life. It may take a few lives to figure out the pattern of these clashes, but after that, the bosses become really easy to defeat. Except for the jungle boss because of the exploding rolling bombs that seem to be totally random when they explode. Blimey, Jungle Zone is probably the hardest level of the lot with its boss and
Don't know what
its
happened
huge
there.
gapped platforms and its rising screen of death. It's just lucky that the stage looks sophisticated and plays cheerful music to keep up my spirits.
Even
The
though I died.
majority of the melodies are enjoyable to
Oh,
my
epsilep-
ears, and I
epilep-
find
epilepsy
myself
warning.
actually going to have a quick listen to the soundtrack on YouTube if I'm ever in the mood. Sonic 1 for the Master System contains some interesting compositions, with Skybase being my favourite. To me, it sounds like it could have been an invincibility theme for Eggman, especially as the zone itself contains no rings.
I do like this tune. Definitely my favourite.
I have to say, for Sonic's first entrance to the third generation of video game consoles, they did a remarkable job and had all of their priorities in the right places.
It's way worse in Sonic Labyrinth when you pick up a power up. What's way worse? What's way worse? Sorry. What's way worse? I've forgotten what we were even talking about now.
The visuals, the tunes, and the controls all being near spot on, I can forgive the little annoyances such as slowdowns and how the scattered ring scheme was implemented. This game could have included more in terms of level design and features. I mean, there's not even a single loop in this game.
Oh, the
But
flashing.
maybe that's what Sonic
Oh
2
yeah,
is
I've heard
meant to
about
become.
that. I've never played Sonic
We'll
Labyrinth.
find out in my next mini review to arrive soon. But I would most certainly recommend giving Sonic 1 for the Master System a go, especially for any newcomers to the franchise of the Sega mascot. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see the Sonic 2 mini review sooner rather than later, make sure to hit that like button. And to
Make sure to
subscribe, be
subscribe,
notified
make
of
sure to
future
sponsor,
content.
make
and
sure
as
to
always, thanks to my sponsors.
kiss my ass, I don't
They
know.
get early access to all my videos.
Should we
as
say
well
that
as other
when
priorities and
got the
goodies.
sponsors watching?
More information on becoming a
There you go. There's all your names. Hey, oh well, yeah. When I wrote it up for even for Robotnik's event, just like DSE, Tyler Biggs, King of. Where did Frank Kaber go? Where is he? He must have spent his money on Toblerone. So,
Sponsor yourself can be found in the description. Until next time, you guys have a wonderful day. Toodaloo.
why did I end it like that? Toodaloo. And that's it. That is the review. Planning to come out tomorrow, just about 11 minutes. Yeah, 11:28 dead on. So, anything that you can suggest that you want me to change, or was it all okay? Or is there anything you want to know? How did you do this? How did you do that? Blah, blah, blah. Because it's low on resources, you can beat Green Hill in seconds. Yeah. It's very easy on this game, very easy. I've got the Master System, like, right here. There it is, just there. Beautiful. I'm really happy that I bought it. And it felt great that I can actually change the internals myself and save myself an extra tenner, really. I don't really have any suggestions. That's good then. That means I've done it right. That means I've done it right. Like 15 seconds. Maybe 20. I don't know if I can do it in 15. It looks good to me. Cool. You suck. Wow. Love you too. Okay, so in that case, I think everything's set. everything's set to render overnight. This will take about 15 minutes to render in lossless AVI. Then once I've done that, I will then use Handbrake to render that into MP4, and that will take 2 hours, maybe a bit longer. But either way, I'm leaving it overnight. So, and you can see how much work I put into. This is one of the reasons why I haven't done Sonic Time Twisted, because that is a much bigger game. I've got to complete that with all 14 emeralds with Sonic, then do it again with Tails, then do it again with Knuckles, and after that, then I've got to do all the notes, do all the script, do all this, which is going to be a hell of a lot longer. You can imagine what S Factor and that looked like. And then after all that, I don't really get that many views for him. That's why I've not gone on to shorter ones like this one for the moment, and even this takes a long time. So after this one and Sonic 2 Master Review, they're still not doing well. I might just stop doing reviews, but we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so I think we're going to call it quits there. So what I'm going to do, if you missed this, well, you won't be able to hear me saying this, so I'll explain in Discord. But this is going to go private, so if you ever want to watch it again, make sure I have your YouTube email address, so then you can watch it. That way, no non-sponsors can see it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you ever so much for tuning in, guys. I really do appreciate it. And you take care of yourselves. I'll see you real soon. I am now clicking the stop streaming button.